What's up guys, welcome back once again to Lid Reviews. Today we're going to be finding out what's in this box, so stay tuned. Right, so this is what was in the box. As you probably already guessed, it's a case, and this one is from Anidees. I think that's how you pronounce it. So thank you for sending this over. This is called the Cube, and I believe it's the V3 or something like that. I'll put that up on the screen for you. And there will be links in the description below so you can actually have a look at this and have a little bit more details on it. This is a cube, as the name suggests. It's a cube. Nice. So what we're going to do today is we're going to basically strip it down and show you what you get with it. And then there will be a build coming soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll be doing a full build on this and then a review of the thermal tests and how it performs. So let's start by looking at the front. So first of all, it's this full mesh front panel. I believe the new one's all glass, but I asked for the mesh one because I like to have good airflow in my cases, so I always like to review the good airflow ones. So this should be great. It's a fine mesh on the front, and we'll just pop that off. That just pulls from the bottom, and then you've got your fine mesh panel there, sort of honeycomb effect inside, if you can see that. And it's basically going to act as a dust filter as well. It's really fine. It's actually got a dust filter built inside that as well. And then as you can see on the front, you get 4 fans on the front, 420mm RGB fans. These are obviously from Anidees themselves. So obviously we'll be testing how good they are when we come to do the build. Actually, it looks like you've got a sort of space here for a CD drive if you want one, but there's no way to mount it in the back, so I'm not sure about that, but you could potentially do some mod stuff with that. Move it around to the side. You've got a tempered glass panel with quite a bit of a tint to it. It's quite dark. We'll just remove these with these 4 thumb screws that are on the side. I do prefer sort of ones that hinge or slide out rather than these, because it always worries me taking these off that I'm going to drop the glass as soon as I remove the last screw. But that comes off, and as you can see, I'll try and sort of give you an idea of how much tint there is on that. So there is a tint to that. And then this is the internals of the case. As you can see, the I/O is actually on the side here, which is quite good actually, because you've got it oriented onto the right of you, so you can see inside the case. Your I/O's right there for you to get hold of. Now, as well as these 4 fans you get in the front, you also get what looks like a 140mm fan at the back. Sorry, no, it's 120mm. 120mm fan at the back. You get a dust cover at the bottom, which slides out here. So you get dust cover there, slides back in. Not sure what that's for, because the PSU is the other side, but that's just, I assume, for ventilation and stuff like that to your hard drives. Also included in here, which are just left in loose, so you can do what you want with it. It'll give you 2 RGB strips. And then the layout inside itself, obviously your motherboard goes here, and it goes right to the bottom. So your motherboard goes right there, you don't leave you a lot of room at the bottom. So cable management might be quite difficult if you plug in stuff into the bottom, such as your front I/O and your power switch and stuff like that. That could be quite difficult. Again, that's something we'll get around to when we sort of do the build. You'd probably have to run them through this bottom cutout and run them along, and then up to your motherboard, and maybe tuck them behind. But yeah, there's that there. There is 3 cutouts here, all got grommets on them, and there's 3 more here, which you could use, definitely, but probably wouldn't recommend it. And it looks like we've also got SSD mounting here, but if you use those, then you are going to lose your pass-throughs here, so it's kind of a bit of a compromise you'll have to make there, depending on what you want to do in terms of SSDs. There's also a mount on the bottom here, which I believe could be used for an SSD, I'm not sure. So you've got these cutouts here, the ventilation at the bottom there as well. And I'll just tip it back so you can see sort of inside the top. There's a massive, huge cutout up here for passing cables and stuff over. So you've got loads and loads of room there for passing fan cables, RGB cables, all that kind of stuff, EPS cables and everything like that on that side. And we'll move around to the back, and as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full-size PCIe slots, and like I said, your motherboard will go right to the bottom, so if you're putting anything at the bottom here, you have got ventilation from those vents. That's probably what that's for, to be fair. So if you're using the bottom slots, you're going to have ventilation to them as well. IO shield goes here, obviously a 120mm fan as I showed, and this looks like maybe like an 80mm fan mount as well, which is different. Not sure why they've put that in there. So at the top, you've got this massive dust filter at the top there, and then you've got all these mounting for fans. And with the way they're offset, I believe it's going to be sort of 1, 2, 3, 420mm fans, probably a couple of 140s instead if you want to do that. But again, the information will be on the screen. Coming around to the back, we have yet another tempered glass side panel, again with captured screws. And in here is where your power supply is going to go at the back. I'll put the details on how long it can be in there, pretty much as long as you want by the looks of it, because it's a standard ATX and there's loads and loads of room back here. I've got a massive bundle of cables in here. It comes with a included a fan splitter for all the fans. They look like the proprietary connections, so you won't be able to use this if you're using different fans with this, but I will be using the fans that are included on this, so they'll go onto this sort of 6-pin connectors here, 5-pin, sorry, and that's SATA powered there. And then obviously you've got your IO cables and things like that for USBs. However, there is also a standard 3-pin 5-volt connection for RGB there as well, so that can go to your motherboard to control these. So that's good, and that's actually magnetic as well, so you can stick it where you want, although they don't feel very strong, those magnets. Other than that, like I said, there's a lot of room in there for cable management. However, you are going to have to make sure it's tidy, because obviously it's a glass panel. However, it is, again, tinted. And it's actually more tinted. The back panel is actually more tinted than the front one. So you won't be able to see as much of your cables. As well as that, you've got a hard drive sled here. Looks like you can stick an SSD on the top here, and then two 3.5-inch inside, or you could put 2.5-inch SSDs in there as well. And then, like I say, you've got these mounts here, so you could put your SSDs on the back here. Like I say, you've got to sort of work out how you're going to pass your cables if you're going to use those. When I come to a build, I won't be using 2.5-inch SSDs, so that won't be an issue for me. But if you are looking at this case, then just bear that in mind. We'll give you this pack up as well. This obviously can be removed as well. It's literally just thumb screws inside here. You can remove this whole sled if you want a bit more room to do whatever you want in there. There is absolutely tons of room inside there for you to do what you want. And at the top here, this bar across, it's actually got holes on the top as well, so you can pass your cables over that way rather than just chucking straight over the top. And lastly, we've got a sort of accessory pack here. Let's have a look what's in it. So we've got an accessory pack here. First of all, we've got this here. You might be wondering what this is. I was at first. This, by the looks of it, goes here. So you can actually put a vertical GPU in it as well if you want. However, bear in mind it is only 2-slot and it will be sat up right against the glass panel. So ventilation might not be the best. However, like I said, there is ventilation at the bottom, and you could stick a fan at the bottom as well to get some more air in. So they have sort of thought about that, which is good. Other than that, you get a remote control for the included controller. It's a very generic sort of controller remote. And then you get a bag of standoffs, screws, and other bits and bobs. Anyway, so that was the Anidees Cube MAR3, I believe it's called. That's what it says on the box anyway. Cube case ATX. Mesh front panel is going to be really high airflow, which is nice to see, and obviously some of the fans actually come through to this side as well to cool your power supply and things like that as well, so you've got plenty of airflow coming through there. From what I can see so far, it's actually going to be quite a nice case to build in. There's going to be loads of room in the back, so it's going to be really easy to route cables and things like that. So I don't envision there being any problems with this at all. And you can also pack it out with fans at the top as well, which I've got some more Anidees fans that they sent as well, so thank you for that. I'll probably stick those in the roof as well, and we'll see how it performs. So that was basically a quick overview of the case. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this, and then obviously you'll be notified of when my build video for this goes live, and you can see that, you can see actually how it works out. I will hopefully be doing the build very, very soon. So probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you'll see the build come live on the channel after some other videos have come out. So stick with me guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.